Hello everyone, and welcome once again. If you are over the age of 50, living here in the United Kingdom or anywhere else around the world, this message is especially for you. You see, after crossing the age of 50, many people start to believe that the body no longer responds to exercise the way it used to. They feel that strength training, resistance training, or even simple movement is less effective, and so gradually they reduce their activity levels. But in reality, this is the very stage of life where consistent and purposeful exercise becomes even more essential. Among the many forms of training, there is one category that almost everyone tends to ignore, despite the fact that it delivers outstanding results with minimal strain on the joints. These are isometric exercises. Now, let us pause for a moment and think about what isometric training actually means. Unlike dynamic exercises, where your muscles contract and expand through a full range of motion, in isometric training you hold a static position. There is no movement up and down, no lifting heavy weights repeatedly, no bouncing or jerking motions. Instead, the muscle is contracted and held in that state for a period of time, creating tension, stimulating strength, and activating stability without the need for constant repetition. This makes it particularly safe and effective for people over 50, because the joints are not being stressed in the same way they would be with high-impact exercises. For example, imagine sitting against a wall, as if there were an invisible chair beneath you. You are not moving at all, but your legs are trembling, your thighs are burning, and your knees are supported by the surrounding muscles. This is the wall sit, the very first isometric exercise I want to highlight. It looks incredibly simple, but it works deeply into the quadriceps, the glutes, and the stabilizers around your knees. Why is that important? Because after 50, knee health is one of the most common concerns. Everyday tasks like climbing stairs, walking to the shops, or even getting up from a chair all depend on strong, stable knees. By regularly practicing the wall sit, you are not only building muscle endurance but also protecting your joints from degeneration. Now let us move to the second exercise, the plank hold. Again, this is a movement that looks almost too easy to be effective, but the reality is that holding your body in a perfectly straight line, supported only by your forearms and toes, creates a chain reaction of muscular engagement. Your core muscles switch on, your spine is supported, and your posture begins to improve. In the UK, many of us spend long hours sitting at desks, driving, or looking down at mobile devices. Over time, this creates weakness in the lower back and stiffness in the shoulders. The plank hold is the antidote to that lifestyle. Even 30 seconds a day can lead to noticeable improvements in core stability and spinal alignment. For anyone over 50, who might be concerned about lower back pain or balance, this exercise is a true gift. The third movement is the glute bridge hold. Now, this one is especially useful for people who sit for long periods, whether in offices, at home, or even in the car. Sitting weakens the glute muscles, and weak glutes often lead to back pain, hip instability, and difficulty walking. The glute bridge hold directly addresses this by targeting the posterior chain. You simply lie on your back, lift your hips towards the ceiling, and hold. That static contraction of the glutes not only strengthens them but also relieves pressure from the spine. Over time, this exercise helps to correct imbalances, making your movements more fluid and reducing stiffness in everyday life. Next comes the isometric bicep hold. Unlike traditional bicep curls where you move a weight up and down, here you hold it halfway, at 90 degrees, keeping the tension in your arms. Why is this valuable? Because one of the silent indicators of healthy aging is grip strength. Research across the UK and Europe consistently shows that people with stronger grip strength remain more independent, mobile, and active well into their later years. Whether it's carrying shopping bags, opening jars, or simply supporting yourself as you move about the house, strong arms and a strong grip make everyday life easier. So, the bicep hold is far more than an arm exercise, it's an investment in your independence. And that brings us to the fifth exercise in our first segment, the isometric neck hold. The world we live in today is full of screens, laptops, smartphones, and tablets. Almost everyone spends hours with their head tilted forward, and this habit places enormous strain on the neck and upper back. Over time, it leads to tension, headaches, and even long-term posture problems. The isometric neck hold is a gentle yet powerful way to counteract this damage. By applying light resistance with your hand and pressing your head against it without moving, you build the small but crucial muscles that support your cervical spine. For someone over 50, who might already feel the discomfort of stiffness or chronic neck strain, this exercise can bring noticeable relief. And remember, all these movements require no equipment, no gym membership, and very little space. You can do them right at home, in your living room, or even during a short break in your day. This is the beauty of isometric training. Simplicity paired with effectiveness. Now, so far we've covered 5 of the 8 exercises, and already you can see how each one targets a different area of the body: the legs, the core, the back, the arms, and the neck. Together, they form a complete system that addresses the most common weaknesses that develop after 50. But the journey doesn't end here. There are 3 more isometric exercises that people often overlook, yet they are just as powerful. So, let us continue this journey into the second half and explore how you can further strengthen your body and mind with just a few more simple holds. Now that we have already discussed 5 of the 8 essential isometric exercises, let us move into the remaining 3 which complete this powerful sequence, each targeting an area of the body that is often neglected but absolutely critical for healthy aging. The 6th exercise on our list is the isometric calf raise hold. At first glance, it seems almost too basic. You simply stand tall, lift your heels off the ground so that you are balancing on the balls of your feet, and hold. Yet within seconds, you will begin to feel a strong contraction in your calves and ankles. Why does this matter so much, especially after the age of 50? Because our calves and ankles play a vital role in balance, stability, and mobility. In the United Kingdom, statistics on falls among older adults are sobering. According to the NHS, falls are one of the leading causes of injury-related hospital admissions in people over 65. Strengthening the lower legs, particularly the calves and ankles, directly reduces the risk of falls by improving proprioception, which is your body's sense of position and balance. By practicing the isometric calf raise hold, even for just 20 to 30 seconds a day, you train your muscles and tendons to support you better when walking on uneven ground, climbing stairs, or carrying shopping bags home. It is a small investment of effort that pays back in massive gains of safety and independence. The 7th exercise in this sequence is the isometric shoulder raise hold. As we grow older, shoulder issues become increasingly common, whether due to arthritis, past injuries, or simply years of poor posture. Many people complain of stiffness when reaching overhead, difficulty lifting objects, or even a persistent dull ache in the shoulders. This is where the isometric shoulder raise hold comes in. By lifting your arms to shoulder height, either to the front or the side, and holding them there without weights or with light resistance, you engage the deltoid muscles and stabilizers around the shoulder joint. The beauty of this exercise lies in its ability to build endurance without straining the joint capsule. For individuals over 50, shoulder health is not just about looking fit, it is about preserving the freedom to perform daily activities without pain. Imagine reaching up to a kitchen shelf, hanging laundry, or carrying a suitcase. All of these tasks require shoulder stability, and the isometric shoulder raise hold trains exactly that. Moreover, good shoulder strength feeds directly into better posture. In the UK, where a large portion of the population spends many hours seated and hunched, poor posture is a widespread issue. Strengthening the shoulders helps to pull the body upright, reducing strain on the spine and creating a more confident, open stance. This is not just a matter of physical health but also psychological well-being. Standing tall affects how you feel about yourself and how others perceive you, and maintaining that posture well into your later years is an empowering gift. And now we arrive at the 8th and final exercise, deep breathing with isometric hold. At first, this might sound less like an exercise and more like a relaxation technique, but it is, in truth, one of the most powerful tools you can use for overall health. Here's how it works. You take a deep, controlled breath, expanding your lungs fully, while gently contracting your muscles in a static hold. This could be during a plank, a wall sit, or even a simple seated position. By combining deep breathing with isometric contraction, you not only train your muscles but also enhance oxygen delivery throughout the body. This process calms the nervous system, lowers blood pressure, and improves circulation. For those over 50, stress management is as important as physical strength. We know that chronic stress contributes to heart disease, diabetes, and countless other conditions. Through deep breathing with isometric hold, you give your body a chance to reconnect with balance, both physically and mentally. It is a reminder that fitness is not just about muscles, it is about the harmony between mind and body. So now, having walked through all 8 exercises, wall sit, plank hold, glute bridge hold, isometric bicep hold, isometric neck hold, isometric calf raise hold, isometric shoulder raise hold, and deep breathing with isometric hold, we can see a full picture emerging. Together, these movements form a complete program that addresses strength, stability, posture, grip, balance, joint health, and mental relaxation. And the best part? They require no special equipment, no gym membership, and very little time. You can practice them right at home in your living room, in the garden, or even during a short break at work. This is why they are so effective for people over 50. They fit seamlessly into everyday life. But let us also acknowledge the broader context. Here in the UK, many people over 50 face challenges such as sedentary lifestyles, long commutes, and limited access to structured fitness programs. The beauty of isometric exercises is that they cut through all those barriers. They are safe for beginners, adaptable for different fitness levels, and scalable as your strength improves. Start with 10 or 20 seconds and gradually work your way up. Consistency, not intensity, is what matters most. Each small effort builds resilience, and over weeks and months, the cumulative effect becomes transformative. Now imagine yourself 6 months from today. You have been practicing these 8 simple exercises a few minutes every day. You notice that your knees feel stronger when you climb the stairs, your back feels more supported when you sit for long periods, your posture is straighter, and your energy levels are higher. You feel more confident when carrying groceries or playing with your grandchildren. And perhaps most importantly, you feel a renewed sense of control over your own health. That is the gift of isometric training. So, as we close this session, I want to encourage you not to underestimate these exercises simply because they appear static or easy. They are, in truth, powerful building blocks for a stronger, healthier, and more independent life after 50. Add them to your daily routine, just a few minutes at a time, and you will soon begin to notice the changes in your body, your energy, and your overall well-being. Thank you so much for watching and joining me on this journey. If you found value in this discussion, please give this video a thumbs up, share it with a friend or family member who might benefit, and subscribe to the channel for more health and fitness guidance tailored for you. Until next time, take care of yourselves, stay strong, and remember, investing in your health today is the best way to secure your future independence tomorrow.